Good morning.
Dun dun dun. Morning. We're here.
Eventually.
Eventually. Sorry, we're slightly late.
2 minutes late.
Welcome back to Waffle Time with
Officially now called Waffle Time.
idiot number 1 and idiot number 2. Officially.
Yeah.
Are we officially
It's now
agreed
down.
upon it?
It's now down. You can see there, Waffle Time with James and
That's
Mitto.
actually said. Oh, sweet. So it's
yeah,
now
good
actually
job.
Waffle Time.
You've given our little webcast a crap name. Good
Look,
job.
it's an amazing name. It's an
We'll
amazing
see.
name.
We'll see.
So yeah, we're back. We got stuff going on.
Had a busy week with the competition and stuff.
Had a busy week. We gave away some trophies. One is still
Awaiting collection.
awaiting collection. Matthew Tunks.
Come and pick it up, please.
Come and get your other trophy. Rear wheel drive, 2nd place. Well done, Sonny Jim. And we've got a bunch of new stuff in.
Yep.
The majority of which is overdose shaped.
Yeah.
We have
good.
a mountain of overdose, which is good for me because I've got an overdose chassis, and it means I can pick up a few bits and bobs and spares
Definitely.
and modifications, so we can do that. But the majority of what we've got is wheels, which we have an absolute mountain
Yeah,
of.
we've got a ton of new wheels in. Got a few new designs.
Should I go and turn the camera again?
No.
And mess all over.
It's too much hassle. But yeah, we have a whole bunch of stuff that's come in, which is kind of cool. It's taken a little bit longer than planned to get to us, just through no fault of anyone's, but just good old British customs being very
Customs,
slow.
through the fault of customs. Handley have got a grey jumper on today, which makes a good backdrop for showing you stuff. So I've bought some XT7s.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Freudian slips, not even Freudian. So I bought a bunch of those myself.
Yep.
Other new wheels we have in
The D9Rs.
D9Rs,
I'm just going to go and touch
which
a couple of
are
things over here.
motorsporty, but pretty dishy. It might be easier to see on.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I think we'll have to look at the ones on your chassis.
Oh yeah, I bought these ones that are on my RER, which you can see there.
Angle it slightly so you can see. Yeah, look at that dish.
I bought them when I was actually at World in Japan, which was quite nice. I came away with quite a few lovely little parts, which is always good.
And then the other one is classic VSKF.
Yep. Very
So if
popular
you're
one.
running any body with anything that's got anything to do with BN Sports on it, you have to have these.
Actually, that's just reminded me. I need to buy a set for
There you go.
for one of my replicas.
There you go. I told you.
They're needed for the Haraguchi replica, I think.
VSKFs and BN Sports is just that.
Yeah.
That's the match.
Or any cool VIP car.
Yeah, that's true. The other thing we've got new on wheels, which is not brand new from Overdose. It's been out a little short while, but obviously we've had a little delay. Is we've got some 3mm offset wheels as well.
Yeah.
So
I
if
forgot
you want to greatly reduce your scrub radius, that option is now available.
And if you're running super wide track or a super small body like a Tamiya, you're all good.
It helps. Yeah. So yeah, that's a bunch of those wheels and things. We're also getting some bladder sets.
Yeah. The setup sets.
Which is cool because that's the first pack of bladders I've seen that comes in sort of 3 different options in one pack.
Yeah. The only other ones really that we've had like that before have been the Kosei ones, haven't they? We're back. I think we're still live. I don't know.
Were we live the whole time?
I don't know. That's odd.
If we were live the whole time,
we just vanished.
Sorry about that. We were talking about bladders.
Yes. An interesting thing as well that I saw was Yodo from Overdose is the setup master, and he posts some very helpful tips on the Overdose blog, and they get reposted on the Overdose.
He's always posting tips. So
and they've got some good setup tips for a DIB. Using them as well, or using the Overdose bladders for them.
It's
quite interesting to try that on another chassis.
If you can, if you see one of those setup blogs, try and sort of make your way to a Japanese site called Amoeba, which has got all the sort of the high end pro drivers in Japan on it. But you can kind of skip through and you can find other Overdose drivers out. You can find Ginji on there and Takahashi and other people like that, so you can kind of pick up little tips that they're putting out there. Ones at the minute for me were CS, as I got a lot of sort of tips about the CS from watching that, because obviously I wanted to increase mine because we run indoor on carpet, so
generally higher CS.
yeah. But saying that, on high speed, because originally it was 1.3 with the ball diff in the back, and it was at high speed, it's unstoppable.
It's a beast.
It's a beast.
Made me feel like I was lagging when we were in Japan.
That's because you were. I mean, okay.
It's kind of weird because obviously with the angle of the camera you can't really see, but we have a nice overdose section up here that's just out of shot. But unfortunately, there's not really any way that we can sit with that behind us.
There's a bunch of that.
Show that off. But anyone who comes to the shop, you'll see it straight away.
We've got some prop shafts.
Yep, replacement props for the Deval.
Over those props in multiple colours.
Yep.
What else? Oh, the body pins.
Yeah, that's cool.
Part number 1638 error catcher. These are good.
They're very good.
I
very cool.
haven't fitted them to mine yet because I haven't had time. But Ben Clinton, all right, buddy, was down here. He has them fitted on his. And Ryan Roy, sorry.
Yeah, and we've sold a lot of them already.
It was Ryan chassis I was messing with, and they're so easy.
Yeah.
Like I was sort of a little bit.
Well,
I was thinking, oh, it's one of those products that's going to be a bit of a fad, and then I used them. I was like,
no,
actually, that's really good. That's made my life a lot easier.
I'm saving mine. I'm painting a new body, which hopefully will be done for next week.
Yeah. So you'll be rocking them.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I've got a new body.
Which one's that, Mitto?
It's an overdose. I've got myself an overdose Mark II Jays X100, which you can't really see in the bag, but everyone's seen pictures of them.
Yeah, they're very
cool. But I just wanted to wave it around and go, look what I've got. And obviously, I got the overdose.
They're kind of a must, really.
Yeah, pretty much. We get
the 3D decals for the lights. They just add all of the texture and all of the realism.
If I'm being honest, these might as well just be in there, and the price be a little higher, because I think everybody wants those.
It's almost never that we sell a body without the 3D light kits.
Well, we don't. We have one light kit for everybody, don't we? So
we also have the other bodies we've had in are the Jays X100 Chaser, the Cresta,
Jays X100 Cresta, yeah,
the FRS. Which was the other one that I've forgotten?
You were forgetting these funky body kits.
The Cresta, the Cresta body kits, for sure.
So it's like a high detail kit. So basically, if you buy a Cresta, it's probably one of the only bodies that you can smash the hell out of the bumpers and then just buy some new bumpers for it and extend its life.
Not that you're going to end up doing that, but you can just give it a revamp.
These things happen.
Or the cool thing with the Cresta actually is that it's a cool body, and you can put different bumpers on and make it look different again.
Well,
so you've got options.
Bit of trivia with the old Jays X100 chassis is actually the I've forgotten which way around it is now. I think the Mark II is the posh one. It's like the posh people Jays X100. The Chaser is like the normal people Jays X100.
It's a sport one, isn't it?
Well, like the vibe, the people who drive it. And the Cresta was like the sort of bad boy car.
Oh, really?
That was like the dickhead's car to buy. So Crestas are like, if you're into the whole kind of Japanese mafia thing, that's the one to buy. But either way, Jays X100s are cool. Yeah, and we have a bunch of those.
We also have the amazing.
Let's do this one first. It's the Hyakushiki Sangoku.
Well, I was just going to refer to them as the amazing graphic sets. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, but it's actually called the Hyakushiki Sangoku.
I was talking about them.
Yeah, we'll do that one in a sec. that one's coming. These ones you may have seen before. They've been around for a bit. It's Uber decal sets, and I don't know whether this particular one was originally done with a French designer called Shadow. I know Weldon Overdose did a bunch of stuff with him a while back. I don't know who. I believe Ito is doing them himself now.
Yeah. I quite like
the
purple decals in the back, all the sponsor stuff, and the ones you've just shown on the back.
And these, I
want that sheet just because purple's kind of my colour.
Purple is cool. Purple and white works. I'm not sure if it really comes across on the camera, but these are
quality's the best.
Well, ridiculous, and they're reflective. They're all metallics on there as well. So that in person, that looks incredible. This one we saw when we were. Actually, the car was being built, wasn't it, when we were at the car was being built.
Weld.
I'm pretty sure Ito did this design himself.
He did. He told us.
He did, yeah.
And it is
I
ridiculous.
was very sleepy at that point, to be fair. And yeah, these are amazing. So you can see that one.
And what's the name of this one?
The ginger one at the bottom is called Mitto, and you can be the green one. No, it's called Fujin Raijin.
I can't see what you're showing.
I'm just showing the decal set, and then there's
you
some
can see
more
pictures on the website as well.
In the back again.
They're incredibly detailed, and the cool thing with that is you've got the different colours as well, which is the first time I've really seen that. And
from side to side.
Yeah. Like it's a different vibe effect. Effectively, it's not just a simple colour tweak. It is a different graphic.
The thing I like about this is that it's massive. You know, it's going to fill the body up
easily. Yeah.
You know, come on. But for example, you know, if you're applying this to your own car, then there's sort of the decal there, and there's a massive world logo, but it's still kind of tonal enough that you can put your own logos. You know, if you're putting it on a sponsor body, you can, you know, put your own logos over it, and they won't look 100% out of place or unbalanced, as it were. So this one is mine. I bought this myself.
Which unfortunately means I haven't bought one because you beat me to it.
That is not my fault.
But yeah, it was amazing. I took a lot of photos of that car when I was at Weld. I love the style of that in person. I like the details as well that they put in there.
Well, it just like Ito's sort of eye for design is ridiculous. Anyway,
he's obviously been doing it for a long time and is still improving, but he's at a level that's higher than almost anyone, I think, in terms of
style and liveries. Yeah,
for sure. I don't know anyone who even comes.
Well, Weld have always been famous for that. You know, from back in the day when they were running the flip front S14 and all that sort of thing. So yeah,
it's all very cool stuff. Other things we've had in, we've got the VAR slide backs. We have the favourite that we always end up getting in is the Overdose Hub Hexes, which are super detailed and lovely
and super slim.
Also very cool.
4 mil?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
4 mil.
We also got the adjustable toe straps for the Vacula, which is pretty helpful because.
You mean for the Vacula and the Duval?
Well, officially it's for the Vacula, but they do fit the Duval. So Mitto runs. How many do you run on yours, Mitto?
4.
That's quite a show-offy kind of thing to do, but they're very cool.
I wanted to have every option, and that's kind of the ironic part of Overdose. Really, you overdose on overdose.
Yeah, and you want to.
You want to, yeah.
A very cool thing I learned this week is that the Vacula adjustable toe straps actually fit the MST HT system. They bolt straight on. The only difference is the height of the toe strap is slightly different, so it needs to be shimmed.
So what would you say, like a mil?
Possibly half a mil, maybe a mil. Probably a mil.
Yeah, millimeter.
But it means you get a bunch of adjustment. They look cool, and actually, as you can see on, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this very well on this camera, but the colour match of the, I don't think the light's going to pick it up properly, but the toe strap and the MST purple is very close. It's not.
To be fair, on camera they look blue. So.
Yeah. It's very similar. It's not a perfect match, but it's close enough that I'm happy.
Yeah,
and it means I get to run more Overdose stuff on the RMX, so that's always good.
Because there isn't officially, we don't have anything yet, do we?
No.
But we're really with our fingers crossed.
Yes.
Especially if anyone from Overdose happens to be watching.
Maybe Shida-san, hello.
Hey. But yeah. You know, the adjustable toe straps are amazing. The amount of adjustment you can make so quickly with them.
Yeah, they are very easy.
And change the way the chassis drives so quickly, because that's, you know, even on because I've got them on the front as well. I can change, you know, my inboard toe on the arms so quickly. It's unreal, which is just amazing, really. It's definitely something I'd wished I'd had when I was running the Triple X. That would have made.
Well, I've got one of the adjustable toe straps for the drift package I've got, and it's the first time I'd seen the Overdose adjustable toe straps, and they're awesome. Essentially, they're meshed with teeth, aren't they?
Yeah.
You loose it off, and the
little gears. Shall I do a
I
diagram?
don't think your diagram's going to work, but you can try. You could have used one of the marker pens that's right next to you, so it'd be more visible. But looks like you're drawing a crap crocodile.
Basically, yeah.
So yeah, we're pretty pleased with all the overdose stuff we've got in. We've got more stuff on the way as well. We've also got the new.
That is an awful drawing.
That is really awful. It doesn't really show much at all. But anyway, we've got the Voltex wings on the way to us at the moment, so we're just waiting for them to arrive in the post, and we'll be happy.
So basically, it works on a system that's got a crocodile. No, it's teeth, and basically you've got two bolts on it that you can back off, lift these teeth apart, and slide it over or inwards or whatever we want to do, and then clamp it back down. I apologise for my horrendous drawing, but that is basically how it works.
Yes,
and it works good.
Yep, I'm pretty pleased to have them. The only thing I wish is that I had a silver one for my silver RMX as well.
I sort of want to draw a crocodile as well, just so people know the difference.
Just so you can prove you can draw.
No, I'm not doing it. It's going to be awful.
Yeah. Anyway, so we have the the graphic sets are, I think they're £27.50 off the top of my head. We've got the body posts, which I think are £11 off the top of my head. The wheels are basically £7.50
£7.50 a pack. Yeah.
And I can't remember any of the other prices off the top of my head right now. Bodies are generally £40 with the 3D decals. They're £20, so you're looking at £60 for the full-on amazing body.
Yeah.
And yeah, the graphic sets are not here in huge numbers, so they will sell fast. I would imagine they'll all be gone very soon.
I think they'll be gone today because
today, maybe tomorrow.
Because Mr. Overdose Fiend is on his way.
There is
Paul Schilling.
Yes, he's on his way to pick up some overdose parts, which is good.
That he's already ordered. Until he gets here and he sees more overdose parts and overdoses on the overdose.
Yes, he always does that, so which is always good.
Anyway, hi Shilly.
You're probably not watching because you're probably speeding up the M1 right now.
Yeah, drunk. Okay, so that's
kind of
moving
everything.
on.
I think that's pretty much everything we got in. I can't think of anything else. Like I say, we do have the Voltex wings coming very soon, which is super cool, and we'll be ordering a bunch more of those.
I'd imagine the Voltex wings are going to be pretty wide as well.
They're going to be very cool,
which is a good thing.
I'm very much looking forward to getting my hands on a few of those because I'll be wanting them on everybody, I think.
Are you going to stack them up?
No, I'm just
like a biplane.
I think it's going to become my replacement for the Cunnies. So what's next?
Samoa MT4S.
Yes, we've obviously stocked the MT4 for a long time now. We've been selling the MT4S, but generally they come into stock and they sell almost instantly.
Yeah.
So we've actually had a few in on this order, and essentially we still have one left. So yeah.
Is it bad that I want a new M12 just so I can have the red stripe on it?
Yes.
I wanted the anniversary edition one because that had stripes on it and it was a different colour, wasn't it?
You just put a wrap-up skin on anyway and cover it. So.
I don't know.
You just want a new box that you can unwrap and go, it's new, I haven't used it for 2 years.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Basically. Was that how long we've had our M12s?
Not far off it. I think it's almost 2 years. Probably
with no problems whatsoever. 2
years. Probably
that's very different to our previous controllers.
That's very different. I don't think we went 2 months without massive issues.
Massive issues.
To go with that, we probably should have taken it out of the bag, but we have the it's an MT4 M12 XCs and something else bag. I can't remember.
Basically, it's a kind of universal controller bag.
A wheel transmitter bag. Yeah. Essentially, there's a Velcro strap inside that attaches.
There is an M12 specific bag, which is aluminium, but it ain't cheap.
These are £20.
These are £20, so these are cheap.
And good. And
I was using one of these until we decided to travel internationally, and I just got one that basically had a huge amount of padding on it. This one is adequately padded to take it from your home to the circuit that you're going to. Internationally, you know, if it's in your hand luggage and you're taking care of it, absolutely fine.
I don't think it'd be a major problem. I think if I was going international, all I'd do is pack it up with newspaper.
Yeah, that'd work as well. That'd work. And then when you bring it back, you could pack it with Doriten magazines.
So you've torn up into pieces.
Yeah, because that's what you do with them. So yeah, we've got those in. They're ready to rock. Obviously, we've got the regular MT4 in as well. But you know, if you want the extra fanciness, got the MT4S.
We have both, and we also have LiPo Squadron too, which are there above my head.
And
And
if you happen to be running a Samwire ESC, that is compatible with the Samwire ESC, and you can program
do the SSL programming.
You can program from,
assuming you're using a 472 or a 462 receiver, I believe.
That's getting too tech for me. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Right, so we got those, and what else is new? Yeah, we had a competition.
We had one of the Solasi Challenge, which was quite fun.
And I believe that, well, actually, you know, from the points that were scored, having a circuit there for 2 months, I would say really, you know, was of benefit.
Definitely.
It definitely made the battles closer, especially in rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, I think also the standard was pretty good generally throughout the day. There's a couple of people making mistakes and a couple of people that made unlucky mistakes, but actually I think a lot less of that than previously.
There's a lot of consistency.
I think that everyone was I enjoyed it more than last year.
It was definitely more a fun vibe. I mean, we had the we did manage to get which we were waffling about last time, the screen, which was
didn't quite work as planned.
Well, we had problems with signal, but
we had a slight technical issue where the plan was to have the screen over the far end of the pit so that people that were in the pits could see.
Where it actually ended up was on a chair next to the counter.
Right next to us, because essentially the Wi-Fi signals were being blocked.
But what it means is that you know, we can sort of display the scores as they happen now.
Yeah.
So people understand what's happening more, because it's like, oh, that was that scores that, you know.
We never intended for that not to be the case before, but we kind of got a bit caught up with trying not to be slow and trying to keep up on pace and things like that. So we kind of would forget to announce scores or just try and get through the competition a bit faster so that everyone has more practice time afterwards and that kind of thing. But we're actively trying to be more transparent and let people know what's going on, and but also let people know where in the competition we are, because a lot of people,
well, you get lost, don't you? Even
go outside for a cigarette, come back in, you don't know how many battles you've missed.
Exactly. I don't know what's happening. And you know, as it gets towards the final, I mean, I found people hung around more to actually watch the final battles, and you know, there was definitely a lot more inter-driver support going on. So you know, I think I was over the moon with that.
I'm looking forward to the next round. Isn't until April. I forget the date off the top of my head, so I'm not going to guess it, because it's
normally we'd have a calendar, but
but we've replaced that with stuff.
Yeah.
But I think there's some international drivers coming to that. I know of at least a couple that are planning on coming, but obviously they're not confirmed just yet. But the plan is that there's going to be a bunch of guys coming over for it. So you can obviously book in for all of the rounds this year already. So you can get booked in on the website for the next round, get your place reserved. We weren't full this time, but I think we'll have a lot more people interested for the next round.
For sure. You know, this, you know, sort of moving on from that, the new circuit we've put out is in a massive contrast to what we had for the last competition.
It's funny because if you were to draw a map of this on paper, it looks quite similar.
You'd go, that's the same, but
it's the complete opposite in terms of how it drives.
And not just because it's the other direction, but it's
a very different style of driving, which is fun.
Yeah, it requires a lot of delicate kind of balance and throttle control. The old course we had, we made it very, very wide, so it could be very loose with your lines and still be okay. Whereas now we've narrowed it down. We've sort of reduced the lane size by almost 40%.
No, not that much. 20% maybe.
More than that. Let's call it 30.
Let's go in the middle.
So 30%. So you know, that narrowing has made it so you can't be on one of 3 lines. You can be on one of 2 lines. You know. So
and
really,
in a couple of spots, you need to be on the right line.
Well, there's only one line. But you know, there's various lines into that line, but everyone has to go onto that line.
It's in line a lot.
Or you buggered.
It's all about the line. The line.
It was relevant.
I know.
So I guess this month the circuit's about the line. Or maybe it's not, because
I think the line's sort of fixed, and it's about showing your style with a bit more
on the line.
bit more restriction than where you can be.
See, the concept is mayhem, which is snapping up a straight against a wall.
A super aggressive snap.
But
but it's also building to that point.
Yeah.
Let's the setup to that run effectively. Because at mayhem, what generally happens if you watch all of the better drivers from there, or the top level drivers from there, I don't know how to phrase that. They will run the straight, and then the first corner / 2 corners, if you count them as 2 separate corners, and then essentially they straighten up and drive around and go again.
Yeah.
Then they're not interested in drifting every corner on the track. They're setting themselves up for the hard bit against it, and then they cool down, set the car back off for a bit, and
the funny part
go again.
The funny part about this was I found myself at first I was using a huge amount of power to make the run, and the more I drove, the less and less and less and less power I was using. Obviously, I'm using power to hoik the speed up the centre straight, which if you look at pictures on our Facebook and everything, you'll see what we're talking about. But we've got a wall, straight with the wall, and use a lot of power to push yourself out and then snap. And after the snap, I was still using quite a chunk of power, but that seems to have reduced.
Shilly's, so he'll be there in a bit.
Oh, awesome. Hi, Shilly.
He was watching. Hey, Shilly.
Is that someone's actually made Waffle Time?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Brunton, why'd you do that? Now I'm hungry. He's put pictures of waffles. So yeah, basically, it's much more technique required, which is, I think, after the first session on Wednesday, I think a couple of people sort of stumbled and went, "Oh, bloody hell, we haven't done this for a while,"
Yeah, well, not only that, but there's a lot of new people, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a lot of new people that have come into this since the new year.
Yeah.
And I think it's I think maybe they had it easier with the last track in terms of options and width and space. And
we've been a little bit mean.
This one, it's not intentionally been mean. It's just this is fun. It's a proper fun track to do. But I think maybe we didn't consider new people quite as much as we normally would. We got a bit carried away with how fun it was. So we're like, run that again.
But it's all pretty solid, so you can crash and it's kind of okay.
Yeah,
and we've put in new barriers at the sides of the track as well, which are a bit softer than previously.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll protect your body shells a bit better. And
just need to give a shout out. Hi, Daniel from Australia.
Hi, Daniel from Australia.
And,
Australia, mate.
There's somebody else who said hi on YouTube, but I don't know who they are because they don't have a real name.
Hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Do they have a YouTube name?
It's Doom95.
Doom95.
No, it's Doom95.
It's Doom. That's a name.
Yep, that's
it's
the name.
Doom.
It's Doom.
All right, it's Doom.
So I'm
I
pretty
feel
sure.
like I'm saying some sort of Arabian name.
I feel like
it's Doom.
I feel like I know who that person is. Like we've asked who it was before, and they've told us, but I may be mistaken.
Oh, really? There must be a game.
I'm going to say it's Bob.
Hi, Bob.
It's always Bob.
Yeah, it's always Bob. We did something else nice for everybody.
What was that? Oh yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, that thing that just.
One of the complaints people have had about us for a while has been.
Well, not really a complaint, a gripe.
The complaint has been our postage costs, and the problem we have is very simply that we have so many thousands of little parts that are this big that are in stock, and we haven't had time to physically measure and weigh each individual one. So we've not been that accurate with our postage costs on certain items and things like that. So what we've decided to do is take the hit ourselves rather than everyone else having to pay. So
basically, we've got enough statistics now to know
where we're going,
where we can kind of shuffle.
So, basically, now our postage costs should be a lot cheaper. We have a very cheap option for Royal Mail at £2, I believe it is, for very small items. If you need a belt or if you need a couple of little tiny items, then it's very, very cheap. And we also have our standard postage is now £3.50, which is pretty much everything up to about a kilo in weight. And then also now anything over £50 is free postage.
Yep.
Which will be.
It used to be £300.
Used to be £300.
Buy a chassis, free postage.
Now it's anything over £50. The only thing I will say is it's probably going to go Royal Mail unless it's obviously a chassis or anything like So if there's anything you need urgently, you're better to pay the extra and get guaranteed courier delivery.
Free shipping is basically with Royal Mail, and if you want urgent shipping or if you have an expensive item like a brand new VIP chassis,
there will be limitations on it. We won't send anything. If you order £1,000 worth of stuff, that's not going to go Royal Mail.
No,
to get the insurance would just be silly when we can send it via. This only applies to the UK as well, unfortunately. We can't currently do
international people.
But I am going to make it a priority for the next month or so to work through the international postage prices and try and get them a bit more happy. Happy international postage prices.
The plan.
It's not as easy as people think it is, unfortunately.
It's massively time consuming, and one commodity we don't have is time.
Yes.
So
hence the reason I've just said we'll take the hit on the UK stuff.
I'm going to buy one of those 24-hour clocks, and we'll get some. Yeah, no, just shut up.
Yeah, no.
So anywho, we've done that for you.
That's kind of cool. That's in effect now. It was done yesterday. So postage should now be a lot cheaper, hopefully.
So you're welcome. So that's pretty much all of our topics done. We've got some questions.
We do have some.
Question time for Waffle
Hi,
Time.
JC Star on YouTube.
Hi, JC Star.
We don't have lots of questions this week, actually. We normally have a lot more, but I think, to be honest, we posted a lot of stuff up on Facebook recently with the competition results and overdose and things like that. And I think Facebook has meant that people haven't seen it because it's been seen by a lot less people than normal, unfortunately. So
gotta love that Facebook.
Gotta love the way they screw you out of everything. JR, Jamie Fisher, I should probably use his real name.
Dick Fish. Buddy.
He's asked if you could have any 3 Pro RC drifters that sold for the month, who would they be and why? First up for me would probably be Baba. Yeah, I agree with that one.
Yeah. Hideki Baba, super nice guy, incredible driver.
Yeah.
And
different level.
And sort of, got MST stickers on his car, so it makes sense.
They're not behind me anymore. And MST
we've got his picture all over the bloody wall.
And we have lots of key rings as well around the office.
So yeah, I was really impressed when I met Bab. He's a very, very humble guy.
Definitely. He made a point to come down just to see us straight after work.
Yeah. Literally in his mechanic's overalls with his dirty fingernails.
And he put on quite a nice show with his driving, which was.
He whooped our asses.
Well, it was kind of weird because we saw a lot of good drivers from range fans. We're talking about it again, but with Baba, I had to stop what I was doing and just watch. Whereas with most other people, I was like, okay, well, I want to drive with that guy and see where he's fast and see where he's just better.
With Baba, you just
go. I can't do any of that, so I'll just sit here and watch.
Yeah,
and I'll try and see what he's up to.
Incidentally, Baba was. we're going overdose overload today.
Yeah,
Baba was running a Deval. When we saw him, which was his own personal car as well. Which brings us on to the next driver, who I'd like to see.
Which I also agree with. We talked about this question before because...
well, we had to think about it, really, because it's not easy. Because there's so many good drivers and so many nice guys, Who's second?
I'm going to go with Ginji.
Let's go with Ginji, who is an overdose driver.
Ginji's one of those guys that's always happy, it seems. I've never met him.
Well, he's not really a guy, he's a kid.
I think you can call him a guy now.
He's in between.
I think what is he, like 18?
A bit younger.
Is he?
I think he's 16, 17.
Christ, I thought he was older than that.
But basically, Ginji is always smiling. He always wants to help. He's a kid, so he's super hyper and interested in everything.
Yeah.
And he's just down for driving.
He's got a cool style.
He just wants to drive. He's got a cool style.
Yeah.
His dad is super helpful as well. His dad follows him everywhere. Does his best to speak English, which is
Ginji or his dad?
His dad.
Yeah.
Which is terrible, but he's really you can tell he's super proud of his son. But Ginji, he's just a super nice kid, really talented driver, and embodies kind of the spirit of what RC drifting should be.
I don't know how to phrase this, but he's essentially far more respected than almost anyone else his age would ever be in anything.
Yeah.
There's some very seasoned professionals, as it were, that rate him very highly, not just in terms of his ability to drive, but in terms of his character and in terms of his what he can offer.
Yeah, exactly.
Hence the reason he's a sponsored driver at such a young age, which there's not many, I don't think. You know, there's a couple of Yokomo guys that are quite young, but generally.
With Gachapin and Takiro.
Yeah.
I mean, we could. Well, Gachapin, I don't know if he officially drives for Yokomo. I think he's Speedway Pal driver.
I think he's
supported by Yokomo.
Definitely.
But he's that good, it doesn't really matter, you know. But the third one on the list, which is, why did you only have to say 3? You know, this is the problem. The third one, incidentally, another Overdose driver, is Takahashi.
Overdose tend to make sure they get the good drivers and keep them.
I think they get cool drivers. But Takahashi, I've forgotten his surname because his Facebook's in Japanese, so I can't read his name and I can't bloody find him. I have to wait for him to post things.
If you're watching, send a friend request.
Hi, yeah. He's the guy who, in the Prasi drift videos, was running the yellow PS13 and wins everything. But he's originally a D1 driver. Like full-size D1 driver, and he had a red 180SX, which I believe he might still have. He's friends with guys like Kikuchi and people like that. But his style is so on point. He drives with another driver that we would like to see over here as well, Machan. He drives at Roland Park Nagano, and the pair of those guys are just incredible. But Takahashi's style it just looks real. It just looks like a real car, like where it's got power and it's exciting, and you know how the hell he gets those setups. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm trying, but it ain't easy. But yeah, you know, all those dudes are incredible, and it really sucks to only sort of choose 3 when we could probably choose, well, at least 30 for sure, if not 300.
Yeah. We had a question from JC Star on YouTube who's asked, do you guys know when the new Yokomo R35 Gwelly body shell is out available? To be perfectly honest, no.
No idea.
I've seen it. I don't know the launch date. I don't know if it's already out. I don't know if it's some time off. I don't know if it's soon.
Anyone from Yokomo, feel free to put that information out and get in touch, and we can let the world know.
Yeah,
that'd be super awesome.
Yeah.
There's videos of Kawabata doing the rounds at the moment, and so I saw one where someone was saying, "Oh man, that car looks awful to drive." I was thinking, wow, you know, like D1 cars have got so much grip. They are awful to drive to a degree. That you require a hell of a lot of talent, but seeing Kawabata go around in that car, man, that thing is fast. That's almost Saito Daigo fast, you know. It's like next level fast.
Yeah,
so,
100%.
Yeah, definitely interesting things. And a cool car, good driver, good team. Can't complain.
Yeah, man. It should be cool. I think we're kind of done.
Really? That is all the questions?
That's all the questions. We've not had any questions this week. As I say, I think Facebook's kind of screwed us because our posts have been seen by about a third as many people as normal. So I think people have forgotten we do this.
That is weird, man. That's the smallest waffle time ever. I feel like we should just
waffle a bit more.
Waffle a bit more and pad it out.
Just put some filler in.
I need some filler. I've got to fix my car.
I'm trying to think what else.
I've just gone off on a tangent there.
I'm pretty sure there was something I've forgotten that's new this week, but I think we're kind of done.
Was it something on that? Oh, that was the wheels, wasn't it?
That was the wheels, and it's also sold.
Don't cry. I actually do. It's on camera. I can save it forever. I can play it on loop.
So it's your ringtone.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because I put that up for sale and I thought, no, I don't want to sell it. And as soon as I thought, no, I don't want to sell it, so I went, I'll have it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't turn down the money. So
that's how it always happens.
Yeah,
it always happens. I mean, to be fair, you do have 2 RMXs, a D-like, and
I've got too many chassis to use. There's always at least 2 chassis that can't be used because I can't focus on 4 chassis at one time.
That's why I'm trying to only have 1.
Yeah, I'm going to get the RMX up and running. Because I've sold that, I can now afford to buy the aluminium bits that were kind of holding me off getting the rear-wheel drive RMX up and running because I didn't want to build it and then strip it down and have to get all the settings sorted.
Speaking of rear-wheel drive, I tried the new MST gyro.
Yes, you did.
Very good.
Very good. The
Big step
LSD
up.
2.0 RS was the one you tried.
Yeah.
Incidentally, you kind of failed to mention you also converted your Deval to be rear-wheel drive.
I did, and because of the way it's set up, immediately it was very good.
Surprisingly good.
It
I was
as fast as everybody.
Yeah.
The only thing it lacks was the steering, but I think that is just my sort of funky steering geometry anyway.
Yeah.
Which will work.
I was going to say you could pretty much guarantee if you spent a bit of time, you'd be able to overcome that anyway.
I believe you could make the Deval a very good rear-wheel drive chassis without too much hassle.
Yeah.
It's just a case of getting that front end dialed and.
I think the other thing as well that you may have benefited from would be to tweak your gear in a bit.
Yeah, I should have done that as well.
But it was only a quick exercise to
It was just
to run, and then also
yeah.
so I mean when we set up the track, we had a rear-wheel drive chassis up and running to be able to test the rear-wheel drive option.
Exactly.
So yeah, we kind of it was better than I was expecting it to be, and I'm glad I didn't bet you that money I was expecting, because I thought it was I thought your settings wouldn't have worked, and I was very wrong.
I put it on the floor, and Jay was adamant it wasn't going to work.
Well,
To
be fair, you did like drive it. And it was awful. It was spinning everywhere. I was like, yeah, I told you. And then it turned out you needed to reverse the gyro.
Yeah.
So that was the problem.
So that was easy.
That was an easy thing.
But yeah. Anyway, I digress. We're now waffling innately.
It is waffle time now.
It is waffle time. But we will move on, and we've got things to do and circuits to open.
Yep.
So like and favorite this shit and become a Viking today.
We need to come up with our own version rather than just ripping off Rob
now. Favorite and like this thing.
Become
a Viking. Become a Viking yesterday.
Right. Anyway, see you later, guys. We'll be back next week. Hopefully with a
see you
load of new
later.
stuff
Thanks
for
for tuning in.
Have fun.
Allahu Akbar.